Hey people, we are back in it to win it, okay? All right, man. Welcome, man, to the next video. So this one, we are actually going to look at the career, the life of Cristiano Ronaldo. And before we get on to that, make sure you like, subscribe, and press that notification button, man, so y'all can stick with me with my journey as I learn about international football. And I'm learning it from scratch, okay? I'm learning this from scratch. I'm not somebody who previously was privy to this sport. Well, I've seen it here and there, but I really got into it because of the World Cup, and because of the World Cup came to America, and I've seen our local city turn up to it, and it finally got me interested. And I watched almost every single major match, and I've done picked my players. I'm a team I'm a team member now of FC Barcelona. Yes, that's what's up. Lamine Yamal, he made it to the World Cup final, so we're gonna see him play. So yeah, I'm here. And this is my journey. And now I'm learning about the players. And now because I'm learning about the players, the first one that we picked is Cristiano Ronaldo. And then after that, we're going to do Messi. And then I want you guys to list in the comments who I should learn about next. I saw people say Thierry Henry, Ronaldinho, Dino. That's what it is. Ooh, y'all, I know y'all gonna tear me up about mispronouncing his name, but yeah, all the players you want me to learn about, put them in the comments, and I'm gonna learn and react to them. And we also got a live game coming up too, so I'm actually gonna vlog that for everyone, and we get to watch the live game together.
It's the biggest roller coaster in football history. Setbacks, awards, to even losing the most important person in his life. Ronaldo had to go through all of this to get to the top. And it's crazy because at the beginning, it all could have never happened. Ronaldo was born on the 5th of February 1985 in
Okay, he older than me. I can say that.
Lisbon, Portugal, to really poor parents. See, his dad, Jose Diniz, used to be a kit man for a local club in Portugal and Orinha, and his mom, well, she just managed to get by. Add this to the fact that they lived in a one-room apartment with
Was that his actual crib? Like this is actual house right here? Can somebody verify that? This is actual house. Also, he come from the trenches. Like I've been saying every video, like what we have to do for US soccer. If we want to play international football in the US, you got to get the kids in the trenches. That's how you're going to get the best players when they come from nothing, because they know if they don't make it, it's back to the hood. So they got to play survival of the fittest. And that explains a lot with Ronaldo. So back to it.
To the fact that they lived in a one-room apartment with Ronaldo's older sister.
Oh yeah, and shout out to people in the chat too. I can see my chat now. So if you're in my chat and you're watching this, talk to me. I could talk back to my chat.
Siblings with no food to eat sometimes, and life was tough. Still, despite all that hardship, Ronaldo found the one thing he could use to escape all his troubles at the time. But what he didn't know was that this sport was going to change his life. Football. Soon as he could walk, Ronaldo spent countless hours every day trying to get better. He was always...
All right, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, as a person that's growing my social media, and that's this is like my third monetized page, whatever. I got two other pages. I got a nice little following, like over almost 200,000 people that follow with me on Instagram. I say that to say this: when it comes to trying to become the best in the world at something, or when you're trying to become the top of whatever that you're in, you have to put in the work. You have to practice on your own time. You have to dedicate. You have to learn. You have to know your mistakes, pick up from that, and try again. Straight perfection. You have to almost achieve, you have to go through controlled madness, insanity, if you want to be the best at what you want to do. Like right now, this channel that I'm starting, this is one of my used to be my music channel. Now I'm switching to me doing more vlogging and learning and whatever. And as people are gonna see, is I make about 3 or 4 videos a day, but I just schedule them out, whatever. So this video that you're gonna see, there's gonna be like, I done did 2 more videos before this, but they're gonna come out before that. You have to put in the work. If you want to be the best in the world at something, you have to put in the work. Talent is not gonna get you there. You're gonna have to put in the work. I don't know how many times I have to like explain this. When I be telling people, when they be asking, like, they see one of my videos get like 1 million views on other platforms, or they see like, dang, how did this happen? Or when I was trading cryptocurrency, or when I started becoming a day trader, you know what I did? I locked in and put in the work. You have to. All that other BS that you got going on, no. Because there's somebody in there working harder than you. What you also need to understand is you'll pass a lot of people by putting in an extra hour a day in whatever that you're trying to do, because 99% of the people are not going to do it. They don't want to become the best at anything. A lot of people are just getting by or just being, as you would say, mediocre or normal because they don't want to put in the work. When you see, what's that, content creators, when you see the Castanets, you see Speed and all of them, you know what happened? They put in the work. You will see them stream every day, all day, or that it benefit them because they're young. So when you're older, you know, you have more responsibility. You may have children, you may have work, you have whatever. But you always gonna have a half an hour of free time. Most of y'all just take that, I want to relax. No, if you know you in a situation you don't want to be in life, nah, you don't. You don't take that 30 minutes to relax. No, you go put in the work on whatever your dream or whatever that you're trying to do that you know that would give you financial freedom to get you out of that. Okay? I know, yeah, I just had to just go on a 2-minute rant about Ronaldo, about greatness and what it takes to achieve that, but that's what you have to do. And we're talking about Ronaldo. We're talking about one of the GOATs. That's what you have to do, and that's what they said about him practicing and putting in work. That's what you have to do. I'm telling y'all. Like, as you see his channel now, some of y'all are catching this channel right now. I have only 3,000 subscribers. I guarantee you, I am going to put into work, and you're going to see this hit 100,000, 1,000,000 subscribers, because I'm going to put in the work.
He's out in the streets putting in the hard yards, until one day he got his big opportunity when a local scout came along and offered him the chance of a lifetime. Sporting Lisbon. At the time, the club was looking at taking a couple of talented kids into the academy, and Ronaldo was one of the selected few, but they still had to pass a final trial before they got in. And in Ronaldo's words, this game changed everything. Trial day. And just before the start of the game, the scout came in and broke the message to the kids. Whoever scores the most goals, that's the person we pick. As soon as Ronaldo heard that, he was locked in. He scored a goal, but another kid on his team, Albert Fantrao, had scored 2. So coming into the final minutes of the game, Ronaldo and Albert were both through on goal when Albert went round the goalie, and instead of shooting into the empty goal, he decided to pass to Ronaldo instead. Ronaldo got the contract, and now he was at Sporting. It was time to show the world just how good he was.
Hey, whoever, bro, Albert, that passed the ball, you changed the course of history. Yes, that pass changed the course of history. You know what I'm saying? I hope he showed you some love or you became a great player. And if I don't know that he's a player, I'm sorry, y'all. Like I said, I am new to international soccer. International football. I know y'all be trying to jump me in the comments because I'll be saying soccer. But yeah, you changed the course of history by that one pass. Butterfly effect.
Bagging the first couple of goals for the senior team against Moreirense, Ronaldo never looked back. He became so good that now a lot of clubs were interested in him. But Ronaldo's big break was about to come months later, after he put in a performance so crazy, he had the biggest club in England on speed dial trying to sign him. Sporting Lisbon versus Manchester United in a friendly game, and Ronaldo put in a masterclass performance. He had the entire United defense on strings, and by
boy, he got a rocket foot on him. So I'll take it that's where his little calling card is. That's where his unique superpower is. He got a rocket, boy, when it comes to him kicking that ball.
At the end of the game, Sir Alex Ferguson had seen enough. So he rang up Ronaldo's agent, struck a deal, and days later, Ronaldo was off to Manchester United on a deal worth $19 million. At his new club, Ronaldo was tipped to be the next big thing. In fact, Sir Alex believed in him so much that when Ronaldo joined on jersey picking day and asked for the number 28 jersey, Sir Alex said no and gave him the club's most important shirt number. Yeah, the birth of CR7. But on the field, it didn't quite pan out the way he thought it would. Ronaldo got off to a slow start and even got labeled by some of his teammates as a kid who just loved dribbling too much. But
they try to say the same thing about Lamine Yamal, about him dribbling and whatever, but you know, you got to add some pizzazz when you young and you got, you know, some little, you know what I mean, when you got a little bounce to your step and you still got your knees and all of that, Yeah, you tend to play around a little bit more. It's not strategic. It's almost an individualist type of game that you play because you're younger and got more pep to your step. So you're gonna see them bounce around a lot more and all of that. But as they get older, you see the game get more refined and they wait for the perfect times to strike. As you see, Messi does that. Ronaldo does that. Neymar does that. All of them that are older statesmen, as you would say, elder statesmen now. You see, they wait for the perfect time to strike. And as I've been watching footage now, and I've been watching old videos, and I've been watching now the new stuff, and watching, I've learned that now. They became more strategic at it. But when you're young, that's what you want to do. You want to get your oohs and ahs off, and you want to make highlight plays as opposed to just scoring.
To Ronaldo, this was more than anything he could ever ask for, because now he could afford to take his family off the streets and give them a place of their own. But just when things started to look up for Ronaldo, one phone call sent his entire world crashing down. His dad, Jose Diniz, fell sick. Now, Ronaldo's relationship with his dad was kinda complicated, because all those years growing up, he just wanted to get closer to his old man. But his dad was so sick and tired of not being able to provide for Ronaldo and the family that he started drinking, and now he developed liver issues. Quickly, Ronaldo asked for permission to leave the club so he could go see his dad, and as soon as he got to the hospital, Ronaldo made a promise to do everything he could to keep him alive. But in the end, it was too late, because days later, Jose Diniz was dead, and it shattered Ronaldo. But it was here that Ronaldo got his elite mentality.
That's what changed you. Things like that. Things like a death of a parent change you. Those things are altering, brain chemical changing type of situations. And that's what happened to him. That happens to everybody. It's going to do one or two things to you. It's going to break you down, or it's going to build you so strong that you become a dog that nobody can chain or leash up. And, judging from how we hear his name, I'm pretty sure it turned him up.
After this incident, Ronaldo knew all he had left was his mom and siblings. They were family now, so he made another promise to become the best in the world just to see them happy. And 2 years later, Ronaldo fulfilled his promise on the biggest stage. That 2007-08 season was special for Ronaldo. He scored a record-high 31 goals in the league. Add that to being the Champions League top scorer and winning the competition too. And months later, Ronaldo was officially the best footballer on the planet. At this time, he'd also achieved something else that made his family even prouder. In 2004, Ronaldo was part of the team that lost the Euros on home turf to Greece. And after that, he just kicked into another gear for the national team and became so good that by 2008, he was made captain of the Portuguese national team. But back to club football now. And after a
Okay. For people that's watching this with me. So I'll take it club football is, you would say, the league. Somebody said there's a difference between club football and franchise football. Can you let me know in the comments what is the difference between club and franchise football? And somebody was like, they're clubs, they're not franchises. And I definitely need an explanation of that, because I don't know what that means concerning to that sport, because you would think, okay, this is the team for whatever city or region. So we would call that a franchise here in America. How come it's not a franchise and just considered a club? But then I also know the difference now between national team. Now, somebody got on me about that in the comments. They're like, nah, this is different. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. But do they call you a GOAT based off your club play or your national team play? Like, there's somebody that's very good at national team play, but they don't get the love, as opposed to somebody that's like crazy with club play. Like, or you don't become a legend until you show that you're a monster at national team. Like, how does that work out? How do y'all rank out legends based on that? Is there somebody that can be considered a GOAT, but they were never good at national team play?
Champions League final defeat in 2009, Ronaldo knew it was time to take the next big step in his career. And in that summer, he broke the world record to become the most expensive footballer on the planet. Real freaking Madrid. Ronaldo had hit the big time and couldn't stop winning. Same thing with his personal life too, because months after this big money move, he got another huge win. Just not the way he thought he would. His son, Cristiano Jr. was born. Ronaldo decided to keep the
It's funny because now we see Ronaldo Jr. being in the hood hanging with a kid that's from like from my area. Like you'll see it's yo like all right for people that's watching Euro people that are watching this, right? So when it comes to Ronaldo, then you see how big Ronaldo name is, but his son hangs around with kids from like my area. They live in like bigger cities now because they're streamers, but it's just so funny to see that, to see where he comes from. And his kid, man, they keep telling him to go, like they keep telling him all the kids that he hanging with that stream, like, man, what's up? What you doing with soccer, man? When you about to become a GOAT, man? So they be on him about that. That shit is kind of hilarious.
Details of Junior's mom a secret, but it was now clear he was ready to start his family
Oh yeah, so also when it comes to his mama, a lot of us here in America think his mama black, that boy is dark.
in Madrid and build his football dynasty. But first, he had a job to do at Madrid that was going to take him 5 years to complete. Before Ronaldo joined Real Madrid, the last time they won the Champions League was in 2002, and Ronaldo was supposed to be the main man to change that. Even though he won the Ballon d'Or in 2013, at Madrid, they still couldn't get the job done until Ronaldo decided in 2013-14 that he was done playing games. And that season, he took Madrid to Champions League glory. He broke the record for the most goals in a Champions League campaign.
That man said, let me take this. I got it. That's real champion stuff, real legend stuff.
With 16, including scoring a goal in the final in his home country of Portugal. Add another Ballon d'Or to the collection that year.
So now that I know that the Ballon d'Or, that's the biggest award, biggest like league MVP, as they would say. And when it comes to goals, so 16 goals, I would assume a lot, because even scoring one goal or 2 goals in a single match is insane. So scoring 16 goals in that type of run, I'm pretty sure it gotta be insane.
He was now one off his biggest rival,
And I also think Lamine Yamal, if he scores a goal in this final, he's gonna get the Ballon d'Or.
Lionel Messi. Ronaldo and Messi hit the biggest stages in competing in Spain. Can't say the same at international level though, because despite hitting the heights at club level, Ronaldo had failed to repeat his form in international competitions. He was captain of the team, but add that to a Euro 2012 semi-final exit and a 2014 World Cup group stage exit. Ronaldo knew he had to turn up for the national team, and Euro 2016 was his big opportunity. Coming into this one,
yeah, because this is what I learned about Ronaldo when I was just watching the World Cup. What made me interested in this whole international football thing was the fact that he, for his name to be so big and for us to hear about it in America, to finally hear him score this year in 2026, his first goal in the knockout stage, I'm like, what? I thought he was winning them. I thought he was winning World Cups and everything. That's what we thought. Being Americans, we thought Ronaldo was winning World Cups. We thought like it was a competition between Ronaldo and Messi and who's going to win the most World Cups and who's going to score the most goals in the World Cup finals and everything. I never knew that he never scored a goal in a knockout round, which is insane. Yeah.
No one fancied Portugal, but they somehow made it to the final thanks to Ronaldo's 4 goals. Until the day of the final against the host France, and Ronaldo had the biggest heartbreak of his career. He couldn't continue and had to get subbed off. Still, Ronaldo's teammates helped him to a surprise 1-0 victory. And the records kept humbling for Ronaldo. Another Ballon d'Or and 3 more Champions Leagues. But at the
Okay, so that answered my question. So my question earlier, I was like, yo, could there be somebody that's considered the GOAT because they're real good at club play, but they were never good on national team play? Ronaldo. So I take it Messi is that dude due to the fact of his achievements in World Cup play. Am I right? Let me know.
End of 2018, now 33, and with over 450 goals for Real Madrid, Ronaldo once again decided to start a new chapter in his career. And this one had him going on a date with the old lady, Juventus. But unfortunately, this move never worked out as he hoped it would. Ronaldo came with a main aim of winning the Champions League like he did at Madrid. But 3 seasons, 3 knockouts in the round of 16 and quarterfinal stages, and at the end of 2021, Ronaldo wanted out and
Started
figured
playing
the
for the
only
money.
place he could go to was back home. His return back to United almost broke the internet. After an opening day brace against Newcastle United, Ronaldo showed signs that he could
I learned what a brace was, y'all. 2 goals. I learned that.
once again lead United back to the glory days. But unfortunately, his second homecoming went horribly wrong. First, in 2022, he suffered another damaging heartbreak that he described as the worst of his life. His son with his partner, Georgina Rodriguez, Angel, sadly passed on. On the field, Ronaldo and United never worked out. And after the club switched coaches to a new man in Erik ten Hag, they both fell off. And it led to Ronaldo dropping the most controversial interview of 2022. He called everyone out, and United decided to terminate his
It was over after
contract.
that.
But Ronaldo wasn't even looking at that now, because he had his sights set on his last dance. Now 37, Ronaldo knew
Boy,
the
went
World
to,
Cup in Qatar was potentially going to be his last one. So he was ready to give everything for one final shot at glory. But it just wasn't meant to be. Out in the last 8. On the plus side, Ronaldo turned his attention back to club football. And at the start of 2023, he shocked the world
That boy went to Saudi Arabia. They get that man $1 billion, boy.
again. His new deal at Al Nassr has him earning $200 million a year. From the streets of Portugal to being able to afford his own island, Ronaldo made it out, and he subscribed to
Yeah. Subscribe to this user, too. Who is this username? GoZone. Even though they got more subscribers than me, shout out to GoZone with that. But yeah, man, that's interesting to actually know about Ronaldo. The fact that he was basically considered just, man, he the dude with the club. Like, he the club guy. And I'm assuming Messi is the World Cup guy, the national team guy. The more we know, man, let me know any other player that you want me to, find out about the greatness of Ronaldo. That's what's up.